My name's Kathy, and I started to develop a relationship with the Archangel Metatron soon after spending a week in total darkness in a dark retreat, and that amplified my experience of the non-physical world. So Metatron came to me last August and asked me to teach a retreat about the Akashic Records. And one interesting thing about Metatron is he's the archangel of the Akashic Records, and he also had a human life on Earth, which is not true of most of the archangels. You'll notice that most of the archangels' names end in El, Gabriel, Michael, all of the L's, Raphael, all of that. Metatron and his twin brother Sandalphon do not, right? They each had a life on Earth. So Metatron was the prophet Enoch, who also in his physical life on Earth was a scribe. Now that's interesting because the Akashic Records are essentially the record of every thought, feeling, action, emotion, contract, activity, you name it, that anyone has done or said or thought or any of that. So he essentially has the same job or similar job as he did on Earth, which is to keep a record or keep track of the records. And very fascinating. So he had asked me to create an Akashic Records retreat, and I started to talk about this retreat as though it was my retreat. And he actually said to me, "Our retreat, Kathy." And once the retreat was in place, it was very clear that it was ours. I mean, people would set an extra mat out, like a yoga mat out inadvertently in the circle right next to me. And it's like, oh yeah, that one's for Metatron. That's like his honorary place. And we focused on certain elements of the records that I had no idea we would focus on, right? Because it was like his direction for where we were going and what he wanted to emphasize in the program. And in fact, there was one conversation I was having, someone was asking me about the retreat, and I was sort of like, I'm not sure I want her there. And Metatron was like, I do. And I was like, you win. And her transformation during the program was just phenomenal, right? I was like, oh, I see, right? Thank you. Thank you. I am humbled by that. Metatron has actually chewed me out sometimes, and with good reason. I look kind of to the right for myself because that's where I perceive his presence to be. So inviting him into your life, inviting the Akashic Records. I teach online classes sometimes and also have another retreat coming up, can help so much because the records are like Google for your soul, right? And having someone who helps you have a shortcut for your answers, for your direction, for all of this, cuts through the noise of whatever everyone else wants or needs from you, to provide clarity, wisdom, and guidance for your personal direction, which may not be what is right for somebody else. So I anticipate that Metatron at the helm of the upcoming retreat, which is November 15th, with a weekend option and a week-long option, will guide it for the particular souls who choose to show up. And it's powerful work, so I do hope you'll join us. All right, aloha.